This is Off the Court with OG. My name is Kristian Cuaresma. Next up on the road to the NBA 2K League draft is a very exciting stop. The 2022 Unified Pro-Am World Championship is taking place live this weekend in Las Vegas, where teams will be competing for their fair share of $50,000 and, of course, title of world champion. As always, this episode is brought to you by Zenny Blocks. Make sure to armor your eyes with Zenny Blocks virtually clear blue blockers. Whether you're streaming your favorite TV shows or playing your favorite video games or watching live coverage of the UPA World Championship, we know you're spending hours in front of a screen, so it's important to protect your eyes from any harmful blue light. Zenny Blocks will not only reduce eye strain, but also improve your sleep. That way you can keep your eyes on the prize, which is making the NBA 2K League for Season 5. Check them out on zenny.com/gaming and follow Zenny Gaming on Twitter and IG. Make sure to also follow Nets Gaming Crew on all social platforms. Now, without further ado, let's start the show. Episode 17 of Off the Court with OG begins now. And of course, this is brought to you by Zenny Blocks. We've got OG King Curt, head coach and general manager for your Nets Gaming Crew, the Brooklyn Nets affiliate in the NBA 2K League. Curt, how are you, man? I'm sure as busy as ever.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's almost getting crunch time. Before you know it, we'll be doing interviews, draft, in market, ready to go. So yeah, it's about that time.
All right. So in the intro, we talked about how this episode would be about this weekend's huge UPA event. For those who aren't aware, some of the best Pro-Am teams in the world when it comes to this 2K community will be competing for their fair share of $50,000, and of course the title of best in the world champion. It doesn't seem like too long ago, Curt, where we had a prior episode of this on Off the Court where we're talking about UPA Dallas, and now here we are, arguably on a bigger stage, definitely with a bigger prize pool and a deeper field of competitors. You have been invested in this 2K community since the beginning. How cool is it to see this kind of growth, especially in comparison to even days well before the 2K League?
Man, it's great. And it was one of those things that initially was like, man, we should have done this a long time ago. But, you learn a lot along the way. Big shout out to everybody that's up under the UPA umbrella, WR, Ev, and those guys leading the charge, and everybody else following through. It's just really been a big thing for the community now. I mean, where we're becoming a lot stronger, a lot more independent in some aspects, where you're able to put on an event like this. I mean, never would we have thought some years ago that we'd have a 2K League, but even beyond that, just the thought of now hosting a 50K tournament. I've been pretty much just a liaison. I haven't been as active, but of course the UPA has my support, 1,000. But I definitely can't wait to get to Vegas and see this event live, meet a lot of people and things of that nature.
I mean, I'm glad you finish that answer with that, because it leads me to my next question. And obviously, just the locale alone, Las Vegas, the bright lights, quote unquote, that come with that, and all the things you can do in Vegas, minus a huge 2K event, but in combination with the setting, and then of course the atmosphere of the World Championship, you'll be there to see it all firsthand in person this weekend. What are you most looking forward to?
Well, first and foremost, I mean, I get to see my guy Shotz. He's going to be competing at the UPA World Championships, but just to meet everybody involved, see my brother LT, famous to be out there. I mean, just a lot of my day ones, but meet some new faces, and unfortunately, typically the phrase is what stays in Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But for me, I have to, keep my eyes on people and bring it back with me to Brooklyn. So it's a little different, but I'm definitely looking forward to meeting some new faces, seeing how people handle live, the live atmosphere and things of that nature. But it's always about meeting new people for me. That's the big thing. And for people to get to meet me. I mean, you can have a lot of views and opinions about somebody, over social media, but when you actually get a chance to conversate with them and see them up close in person, that can change a lot. So I always look forward to that.
Yeah, you mentioned obviously going there and supporting Connor Shotz. For those who aren't aware, right, he's our all-star center. He's going to be competing in this weekend with his pro-am team. What are your expectations for Shotz? And more importantly, how fun is it to see him compete in these like all-star-ish pro-am team competitions where you get to see these unique combinations you normally wouldn't see on your standard 2K League broadcasts?
I probably expect nothing any different than what I seen when we were in the playoffs in Dallas. I mean, because it was a funny thing. It was kind of like an inside joke, so to speak, with us, is that we didn't know how we were going to be on stage. And Shotz, he was like, we actually got better. we turned into a whole nother team on stage to the good. And even for himself, like it felt like it gave him extra energy and a boost. So, I mean, you pretty much know what Shotz you're getting everything. I think hands down, him and Dave are the best do-it-all centers in the world.
Right.
And I stand by that. I mean, so I expect nothing different. Obviously, it's a lot different when you're playing with selected elite talent, but they're pretty good. Probably one of the favorites to win it all. So that would be nice. I talked to him. He said it's a business trip. He's getting in Friday, leaving out on Sunday night. So he's coming, to do the job and get it over with and get up and out. So definitely, like I said, expect nothing but all-star effort from Shotz.
It'd be incredibly nice for him to kind of add, UPA World Champion next to his All-Star nod, next to his, NBA 2K League second team spot. Just the accolades continue to pile on for Shotz, as you mentioned. Hands down, one of the best centers in the league. Can't wait for him to show out this weekend in Vegas. Make sure you guys are tuning in on that Twitch stream if you aren't able to attend live. But Curt, that concludes things for us on episode 17 of Off the Court with OG. Man, I'm excited to talk to you about the aftermath of this Vegas event on the next show. Hopefully we're talking about Shotz, talking about his championship performance, but have a safe trip out there and returning back, and we'll talk again soon.
No, definitely. I'll be taking a lot of pictures, doing a lot of vlogging, and we'll have a lot to talk about, Kristian.
One final shout out to our friends over at Zenny Blocks. Make sure you check them out. And of course, make sure you follow Nets Gaming Crew on all social media platforms. For those headed to Vegas, have a fun and safe trip and event. And on behalf of everyone over at NetsGC, I'm Kristian Cuaresma, and this was Off the Court with OG.